Now, back here in Lagos, the State House of Assembly set up a day hearing on the bill for a law to provide for the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency the establishment of the Sex Offenders Register and other connected purposes. Galaxy's Valerie Choma has the details.
Here at the Lagos State House of Assembly, people are gathered from all walks of life to partake in the hearing of a bill that seeks to protect victims of gender-based violence in the state. Members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, Honorable Mojisola Oluwa, Ali Macaulay, and Honorable Agumbiade, have said that this bill would ensure that victims of domestic and sexual violence crimes would get justice in good time, and all perpetrators of these dastardly acts would be brought to book.
It's not going to be that we have the cases in court and then, it's going to be going back and forth like it's been. This is going to be, it's not going to be business as usual. The agency will be solely responsible, in dealing with all of this, cases, and then they will be tried almost immediately, and then judgment will be served almost immediately. So that is the difference between now.
Another thing is that people who commit this offense can be names and their details, pictures can be published. The law saying it can be published in public places. This is a sex offender. This has been convicted for sex offender. This has been convicted for domestic violence. All these will be a shame principle that will shame those who have perpetrated that, who have been convicted. And I'm sure it will not be more fashionable for people to do. People, when their offenses are not properly tackled, when offenses are not properly punished, you see people growing in impunity to perpetrate it regularly.
The Deputy Speaker of the House, Honorable Wasiu Sani Eshilokun, also added that domestic violence and sexual crimes poses a serious threat to our society, and there is zero tolerance for such in Lagos State.
It's the kind of danger that domestic abuse and sexual violence portends to our state. Admittedly, when we hear of incidents of sexual abuse and domestic violence, our immediate and default concern is about the pains, sorrow, and agony inflicted on the victims by the perpetrators.
A previous victim of domestic violence has called on women who are experiencing the same to speak up in due time.
The special grace of God, I did not die there. If you die there, another person cannot come and be your children's mother. So you have to survive it. So you there, you are thinking that if you speak, something will happen, speak out. Sorrows okay. Sorrows okay. People know that you are suffering. If they laugh, let them laugh. They have their mouth. But you take an action. Don't just because of it be doing any rubbish thing. Walk with your hand, with your two hands, and your children will be okay.
This bill seeks to protect victims of domestic violence and all forms of gender-based violence in Lagos State. From the Lagos State House of Assembly, Valerie Choma, Galaxy Television News, Lagos.